Hello! Grab your frosty cold mugs from the freezer, boys and girls, because it's time for another painting video. My name is Rich, the channel is called New Memphis, and if I haven't already told you, I am so glad that you could be here today. Today we're painting up the 3 Bolt Boyz from the Dominion box set, and I am very, very excited because it's the first true group of actual infantry from the Cruel Boys that we're getting painted up. And our first team of infantry from the Stormcast turned out really, really well, so, you know, we have reason to be excited. I mean, why wouldn't we be excited? The green tide has finally come! Although we're painting them in yellow, so it's the yellow tide? Not a fan of that. We've done a couple of heroes and a couple small teams of grots in the color scheme that we're using for this box, but we haven't done any, like I said, like full-sized infantry models, and I'm very excited. You guys know that I love infantry. It's always... You gotta love the battle line if you're gonna love a faction. You gotta love the rank and file troop, and I do for the Cruel Boys, for the most part. There's a few issues that they have, but I do love them, so I'm excited to see them painted up. Paint list is also surprisingly short for this project. We only ended up using 9 colors, although that is also including our leafy green primer, so 10. Then again, I also don't usually put black and white on this list, so technically it's 11 if you really want to count those, but I generally don't. We're keeping it simple this week, that's the point. We're not going all out, these aren't heroes. We're not going to replicate that cherry red for the weapons. I want to go more like the orange we used on the, what are they, the Hobgrot Slittas, I believe? God, the names in this faction. Whatever, Age of Sigmar problem. Work has been a pain in the ass, so I'm very excited to be back here with you guys. It's good to be able to start on a project. It's good to be able to, you know, just be here and be painting. It's just nice. I guess that can just be all I have to say. Let's get started. So we actually did the basing for these 3 models alongside our Age of Sigmar last time, and here they are after priming with leafy green. Sorry I didn't get them in bare plastic, I lost some footage. That's okay. Next we're going to start working on the skin. The first layer of deep yellow is always a bit thin looking. Yellow paint, much like white, doesn't have great coverage for its first layer, but that's okay. Like I said, it's only the first layer, so we'll just need to be patient. Next up, we'll hit these larger bundles of rope with cork brown. I thought about replicating the dark vermilion we used to make the vibrant wooden rifles in the past, but black red will be better because we want it to be a bit more subdued. There are only 2 main areas I want to look like metal. London Grey will go on the end of the crossbows and on these special reloading tools that all the Bolt Boys have. It's a really cool detail, and I love that Games Workshop added it. And with that, we can get on to the fun part. Like the rest of the Dominion box so far, we'll be washing these boys with Vallejo Royal Blue, a beautiful and vibrant color that should pair perfectly with all these yellows and greens. They were still a little wet when I did this, but I quickly put down a starting layer of cork brown for the base. Looking good! Finishing up the armor will require some flat green touches, which should smooth out the armor and cloaks and make it look a bit more flat. Remember, the Cruel Boys are a, well, hideously over-designed faction, so we actually want to tone down a lot of the detail, and the armor and cloaks are a good place to do that. Otherwise, they're just too distracting. Continuing with the base, I mixed up a wash of emerald and spread that over once the cork brown was completely dry. Once that's been sitting all night, we can continue with the deep yellow skin. This second layer should look much better. We'll continue these post-wash highlights with London Grey. Once again on the crossbow and the reloading tool. To get the spikes on these weapons nice and bright, I'm going to start off with a layer of white. Then we can go back to black-red for not just the body of the crossbow, but also the shafts of the arrows. We'll use London Grey one more time to paint a few rocks down here by their feet. And then give the whole base a dry brush of cork brown to tone back the emerald wash a little. Back to these weapons, I'm going to carefully paint over that white with clear orange. I'd really prefer not to get it anywhere else, but I can fix a few details if it spills out. And before I forget, we need cork brown to finish the strings, plus the smaller ropes and stitches on their clothing. And even the feathers on their arrows. Let's touch up that orange with some white trim. Then give them a soft white dry brush to accentuate the details. We'll do one more round of white highlights as well, but I think I'll save that for the big reveal. So tell me, are these scarier than a 40k bolter? They are orcs, so I guess instead of having their ammunition blessed by the God Emperor upon high, the ceremony is just two green dudes punching each other in the face. But boy do the orcs seem to be having fun. So you know, let's just get on to the good part. It's been a ride, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you so much for watching to the end. It's been a hectic week, a couple of weeks, so I apologize for not having more videos out. I'm going to be working on that, I swear. There's going to be another talking video about this, and maybe some more about other stuff. We'll have to see. I might have a few other projects that would be interesting to talk about, and I may talk about some photography stuff at some point. We'll just have to see where the momentum takes us. Anyway, It's been a rough couple of weeks and I'm very tired, so I'm going to leave it here. I will still talk about these guys at some point, I'm sure, but I will see you guys in the next one.